So here we have Timothy's class with the parable of the talents.
Okay. In the book of Matthew, in chapter 25, Jesus told his disciples a parable. This parable is a figurative story that is designed to show us how we should live as we await Jesus' second coming. There was once a wealthy man who was planning to leave on a long journey. The man had a large amount of savings and wanted his money to be put to good use in his absence. So he called some of his servants, and he gave to them varying amounts from his savings, depending on their ability. To the first servant he gave 5 talents of gold. To the second servant he gave 2 talents. And to the last servant he gave 1 talent. Then the master left on his journey. The servant who had been given 5 talents immediately went and traded with them. He did well in his business dealings, and soon his 5 talents had doubled to 10. The second servant also went and traded with the money that he had been given. He too did well in his business dealings, and after not long, his 2 talents had doubled to 4. But the final servant was lazy and fearful. Rather than trading with his talent, or even putting it in a bank where it would earn a little interest, he went and buried it. Finally, after a long time had passed, the man came back from his journey. He wanted to know what had been done with his savings, so he called his servants together. The servant who had been given 5 talents stepped forward and said,
"Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I have made 5 talents more."
"Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master."
Then the servant who had been given 2 talents stepped forward.
"Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. Here, I have made 2 talents more."
"Well done, good and faithful servant. You have also been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master."
Lastly, the servant who had been given 1 talent stepped forward.
"Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping when you did not sow, and gathering when you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I hid your talent in the ground. Here, you have it as yours."
"You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers at least, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest."
Then the master ordered that the talent should be taken away from the lazy servant, and given to the servant with 10 talents. Then the master had the lazy servant taken away from his presence. We see that God has given each of us varying talents and abilities, and he wants us to use them to serve others and to glorify him. Now we will see some real-life examples of what this represents. Lawson here has been given a great talent for drawing pictures. He is currently holding a picture that he drew, but if you find it a little hard to see the picture that he is holding, you may look on the front of your program to see a copy of it. Seth has been given the ability of being rather large and strong. He can use this ability to help with things like setting up chairs. Reese has been given a talent for memorization and recitation. He would now like to recite for us Psalm 130.
Psalm 130. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. O Lord, hear my voice. May your ears be attentive to the voice of my pleas for mercy. If you, O Lord, should mark iniquities, O Lord, who could stand? But with you there is forgiveness, that you may be feared. I wait for the Lord. My soul waits, and in his word I hope. My soul waits for the Lord, more than watchmen for the morning. More than watchmen for the morning. O Israel, hope in the Lord. For with the Lord there is steadfast love, and with him is plentiful redemption, and he will redeem Israel from all his iniquities. Psalm 130.
Lastly, Big has been given a talent for coordination and fine motor skills. And now he would like to show us how this talent can be wasted in unprofitable things for his own amusement by doing some water bottle flipping for us. We have each been given varying talents and abilities. Will you waste them as the lazy servant did, or will you use them to serve others and to glorify God?